Hey everybody, Brig here with Fly Fish Foods. Today I got a cool little Euro nymph for you. This one comes from Norman Maktima. For those of you who don't know who he is, Norman is he's been a guide for several years. He's competed with Team Fly Fishing USA. He even competed as a youth, won Worlds. So he's a fishy dude. He knows his patterns. This one is the May ICU in brown. Check it out.
That's a big brown bro.
All right. So in the vise here we got the Umpqua XC400 in a size 14. The bead is a copper bead, it's copper slotted tungsten. You can do it in a 3.0, in this size anyway, size 14 you can do a 3.0 all the way up to a 3.5, however fast you want to sink. I think this one might be a 3.3 on the hook. The thread I'm using is Wood Duck UTC 70 denier. For the tail on this guy, we're going to use Spanish Coque de Leon. Just going to tie that in just like any other Euro nymph you've ever tied in your entire life. I tend to do mine a little bulkier than most. And then from here, we're just going to taper the body just a little bit, not a ton. I'm just going to go up and down the shank. Let me lock this bead in place real quick. Spin the thread so it doesn't cord up on me. That's about good. Spin it a little bit more. We're going to go wrap all the way back to the tail. And then from here, I'm just going to use a black or a brown Sharpie for the rib on this. I'm just going to color just a little bit, about an inch and a half of the thread, just like that. And then from there, we're going to wrap up and give it some segmentation. Just like that. And then from here, what we're going to use, so we're going to tie in the cheeks. The cheeks on this is going to be Vivis Pearl Tinsel in medium. All right, what we're going to do here is we're going to take 2 strands, because it is going to be cheeks rather than like a wing case on this. So the easiest way to do this is give it a loose wrap, one little loose wrap, pull it a little bit, set it right where you want it, and then tighten it down. So we got one going down this side, and then we're going to do one going down the other side. And then we're going to go down the other side, so I'm going to turn this toward me. I'm going to tie this one down the other side. Same thing, spin it a little bit, loose wrap, just like that, pull it down. Oh geez. Loose wrap, pull it down the side, right where you want it, and lock it down. So then you should have 2 pieces hanging off just like that. And now we're going to tie in our thorax. So the thorax is going to be spiky squirrel dubbing in rusty brown. And so with this, we're just going to do a dubbing noodle. We're going to want it super tight. I like the little bit bulkier thorax on this one, the look of it anyway. Not quite that much. About like that. And from there, we're just going to wrap that thorax. Dub that a little tighter. Okay, now we're going to do the collar. So the collar is going to be CDC, any natural color. If you want a darker color, CDC, I'll just use dark dun. If you want a lighter color, light dun. This is just going to be natural dun, CDC. Or what we're going to do is we're going to take our CDC clamp. This one's a Swiss CDC clamp. Any clamp will work. It's not going to be the whole feather. It's just going to be super sparse collar. Just going to cut right along middle of the feather and get that. So then we're going to do our dubbing loop. We're going to double this over. Just like that. We're going to get our dubbing twist or whatever dubbing twister you like. Put it in the dubbing loop. Try and get it as close to that fly as possible just so you don't have excess thread wraps. Just like that. Now we're going to spin that up. And then from here, I know some people just go for it and just start wrapping. I like to preen these fibers back just so you get the most out of what you tried to tie in. All right, and then from there we're going to catch it. Cut that off. Now we're going to fold these cheeks over. And so what we're going to do is we're going to try and separate this CDC just a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. But we're going to tie that down, that cheek over, a couple wraps, and then we're going to do the same over here. Try and separate that. And just like that. We're going to cut the excess off. And then from here, I'm going to whip finish. Next is the hot spot. Just a couple. We don't want a huge bulk up by that head right now. And then this is going to be UTC 70 denier fluorescent orange for the hot spot. So I'm just going to do a couple wraps there, cross it over, catch it, cut it off. Once I cut this off, I'm going to instantly whip finish. For that hot spot there. Oh, these scissors are way too sharp. I barely touched that thread. These are the Rambler scissors if you're wondering which ones are so freaking sharp. There we go. And then I like to just take the CDC, take it back, and then if it's way longer than the fly, I'll just kind of get it with my fingers. So this is a cool little dropper pattern. You can just obviously use it on a Euro rig, but this would work awesome as a dropper pattern or just a bounce rig. Cool nymph, go tie it. Again, this is Norman Maktima's fly. This is the May ICU in brown. Norman's a fishy dude. He knows what he's doing when it comes to tying flies. If you want to catch fish, tie this one up.